Greetings, Yoli Asian Ken here with you once again for another Marvel Collector Corps unboxing, and this time it is Superhero Showdowns. Now, looking at the picture, you'd figure, well, with Daredevil and Bullseye, it's going to be more like a arch-enemy type of theme as opposed to a superhero showdown. In Superhero Showdown, you think it's going to be two heroes going at it. And there have been many instances where there have been superhero showdowns in the comics. More often than not, it's usually a case of the two heroes investigating separate leads on the same case, mistaking the other as being a culprit and having a short scuffle before realizing they're on the same side and then taking down the real villain. In recent years, though, I guess, more in the Marvel Universe, there have definitely been superhero showdowns, but they've mostly been due to philosophical disputes. Certainly the Civil War miniseries and the subsequent Civil War 2 miniseries have definitely been about ideological disputes. There's also been the Avengers versus X-Men, as well as the Inhumans versus X-Men as well, which wrapped up not too long ago. Though, going back into the 80s and 90s, I guess there's also been the Contest of Champions series, which was actually tying into way back during the Summer Olympics. It was a 3-issue limited series. There was also the Contest of Champions 2 sequel, which was in the 90s. Oh, and there was also a Contest of Champions series not too long ago, which was actually a tie-in to the Marvel mobile game Contest of Champions. But I would say one of the biggest superhero showdowns, well, in my opinion anyway, would have had to occur in the, I think it was the mid to late 1990s, and it was between Marvel and DC. That's right, the two publishing companies actually released a 4-issue limited series. 2 of the issues were titled Marvel vs. DC, the other 2 were DC vs. Marvel, just so that they each have the same billing. Obviously, something that you're not going to see happen anytime soon, but, well, who knows. Anyway, with this Marvel vs. DC, or DC vs. Marvel limited series, of course it would have had to involve the fate of their own universe to result in 11 of the characters facing off against 11 of the other company's characters. Now, what was interesting about this was that five of these 11 battles, the result was going to be decided by the public. Now, but as for the other 6 battles, well, you had Quicksilver versus Flash, Quicksilver won. Robin versus Jubilee, Robin won. And Aquaman versus Namor, Aquaman won. Elektra versus Catwoman, Elektra won. Thor versus Captain Marvel, or otherwise Shazam to avoid confusion, Thor won. And the other one was Green Lantern versus Silver Surfer, Silver Surfer won. So, you had 3 wins for Marvel and 3 wins for DC. But this occurred back in before, everyone really had access to the internet, so how were the votes tallied or submitted? Well, postal vote, of course, and not only did Marvel and DC co-publish this 4-issue limited series, they also brought out a card series as well. And in each pack of the card series that you purchase, you would receive 1 ballot to cast your votes for the 5 remaining battles. They were Storm versus Wonder Woman, Superman versus Hulk, Superboy versus Spider-Man, Captain America versus Batman, and who was there? Wolverine versus Lobo. So, who eventually won? Well, you're going to have to try and track down the series in the second-hand market, because as I said, I don't think you're going to see this series reprinted anytime soon, nor any of the subsequent sequels, because it did spawn another 2 4-issue limited series. You had All Access and Unlimited Access, which involved the main character from this Marvel vs. DC co-publishing event, as well as a number, I think it was around 18 amalgamated comics one-shots. Yes, not only did they have their characters appearing in the same comic book, but DC and Marvel also decided to amalgamate some of their characters and give them their own one-shots. And not only one-shots, but also a trading card series as well. So we had amalgamated characters such as Doctor Strange Fate, which was Doctor Strange and Doctor Fate, There was Darkclaw, which was Wolverine and Batman, Super Soldier, which was Superman and Captain America, Amazon, which was Storm and Wonder Woman, Challenges of the Fantastic, the Challenges of the Unknown and the Fantastic Four, and various other ones, which also some less known, but it was a most of them were pretty fun. As I said, they were all one-off, one-shot, self-contained issues. But what was cool was that in the letters column they had all these, well, obviously made-up readers writing in with all these comments about previous issues and questions about future issues. So that was a nice little touch. And there was some pretty, like I said, there were some pretty decent issues. Some of them were obviously a little lackluster, but considering that they were combining characters with two completely different histories, overall it was a interesting read. And as I said, you're probably not going to find these amalgamated comics reprinted anytime soon either. So best of luck trying to track them down if you do want them. But enough about those superhero showdowns, it's time to get to the unboxing. Okay, so let's have a look at this box. As always, this is a partnership between Marvel and Funko, the creators of the popular Pop Vinyls. Let's see what we have this time. Things come loose. So we have Bruce Banner Hulk and Red Hulk. For those of you who don't know, Red Hulk being Thunderbolt Ross. So yeah, it looks like it could possibly very well be more arch enemies. So of course, Iron Man, Ultron. Little sheet. What we have? Okay, Battle of the Century. Looks like Green Goblin. So it's gonna be Spidey versus Green Goblin. Oh, here we go. And as shown on the picture on top of the box, Bullseye versus Daredevil. And we got pint-sized heroes as well, Captain America and Red Skull. And as I mentioned before, Inhumans vs. X-Men limited series. Of course, we've got Wolverine and Sabretooth on the front cover. And one of the interesting things is that both Wolverine and Sabretooth, their first appearances weren't actually in the X-Men universe, nor in their Wolverine first appearing in Incredible Hulk, and Sabretooth actually first appeared in an issue of Iron Fist. Let's have a look at some of the artwork in the box. We've got here, looks like Spidey and Doc Ock and Captain America Red Skull. Can't really see that well, but that's it. So we have the Inhumans versus X-Men comic book. Bullseye versus Daredevil Pop 2-pack. Captain America and Red Skull, pint-sized heroes. Spidey versus Goblin t-shirt, as well as the Red Hulk pin, and Iron Man and Ultron patch. So there we have it all. And it looks like next box we will be dealing with the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Well, that's it for this Marvel Collector Corps unboxing. As always, if you would like to purchase your own box, or if you want to find out more information, you can always go to www.collectorcorps.com or follow the link on the Marvel Collector Corps Facebook page. And hopefully I'll see you next time for another unboxing video. The next one, of course, being Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So until then, I hope you have a harmonious day.